Hey there guys, it's Panda. Before we get into the video today, I just wanted to have a quick explanation about the series and more specifically, manuals and why I don't use them. So I've got nothing against manuals, despite the fact that my father was killed by a man named Manuel back in 1983. I'm looking for you, Manuel, and I will find you. But yeah, manuals are a wonderful thing that let you understand more about the game you're playing, and I have been making the conscious decision not to use manuals up until this point, and you may be thinking, why? That sounds crazy. Well, my entire idea of this series is that I want to go into games pretty much as blind as I can possibly be. Now, I look up a little info beforehand so that I can kind of maybe give a little bit of knowledge and kind of like understand a little bit about the game, but I don't read manuals as a conscious effort to figure the games out without the context of the manual, because my reasoning is a lot of kids probably did this back in the 80s when these games were coming out. A lot of kids probably didn't bother to look at the manual, they probably just played the game. So this is basically a conscious effort to kind of differentiate my show from Wheels' show. Now, Wheels sometimes just jumps right into the game blind without reading the manual, but he overall has more of like an informative nature to his videos, whereas I am more reactionary. I kind of want to go in blind and experience things and figure things out for myself. So that's my mentality going into these games. Now, the issue with this mentality comes when you have a game like Pop Flamer, which is very bad, and I don't want to learn about it. So there's going to be some frustration involved when I am just completely turned off by a game and I just don't bother looking up anything else about it. So I'm sorry. That's probably going to happen again. And it's, you know, it's just how I do things. So that's basically it. Why I don't read manuals and why I try to go into these games fairly blind. Let's get to the episode now, and thanks for watching. Sega! Welcome back to the Sega journey, and more specifically, welcome back to the Othello Multivision. Here we have probably the most well-known game on the Othello, the Q-Bert. Not the Q-Bert. Q-Bert, a game which before my previous playing of it, I had never played at all. And a little insight on this episode. I'm recording 4 episodes today. This is the first, and they're all 4 episodes that I've recorded before, but there was this horrendous technical difficulty that meant they all had to be scrapped. So I'm going to be a little less confused than usual on these episodes because I actually know how to play the games. So yeah, let's jump right into it. It's Q-Bert. I'll talk about it while I play it. The sound is horrific, but that's kind of a trend. Okay. That's kind of a trend in these Sega games. Man, Wheels just got to Mario. It's so harsh playing these Sega games now with the context of the Mario music. It's just horrific. But yeah, this is Q-Bert. Fairly similar to the arcade version, just, you know, graphically downgraded and missing some elements. I actually don't exactly know what it's missing. I just know that apparently it doesn't have everything that the arcade version has, and apparently it's a little harder than the arcade version, as enemies come faster. It doesn't seem that much harder, but whoop, my bad. One interesting element of the Othello Multivision version of Q-Bert is that it is one of the only versions of the game where man, it is one of the only versions of the game. Oh, right. Game over. It's kind of confusing. When it's game over, it just cuts right back to the demo gameplay. There's no title screen here. That is really frustrating when that happens. It's one of the only versions of the game where you can't move by the up, down, left, right directional inputs. You have to hit two at a time and go diagonal to move, which confused me greatly initially. I thought I could just go like left and right and it would input the nearest diagonal direction, but you have to hit the diagonal buttons in this version, which is interesting. It controls unlike any game in the Sega journey so far. But yeah, ultimately it's just Q*bert. it's you know, you probably know it. It's Q*bert. The graphics are a little weird in that like this stage particularly, 2/3 of the cubes are black. Oh, we're done. I'll do one more round. In that last stage, 2/3 of the cubes are black, so it's just a bunch of blue diamonds. I like the idea of the 3D graphics. I guess that's the biggest innovation about Q*bert. My review of this game would basically boil down to it's a slightly inferior version of Q*bert. The music and graphics are a little toned down, but it's still fun. I kind of like Q*bert. It is one of those that I could see myself just playing for fun. Let's do this. I haven't showed you this yet. Boom. Oh. Tried to be clever. Alright, I'm gonna give it one more go just because it's kind of fun. But I essentially have nothing more to say about it. So you just get to watch some pro gameplay. I'm gonna do this first level without getting hit once. Alright, now I mean business. I should at least try to loop. And wait. There we go. Oh no! I thought I was being super clever. And then that little yellow guy had to come and ruin it. Ah, alright. That's okay. I could allow myself a life loss. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, I hate those guys that undo your progress. Ah, that's okay. There we go. Wait. Oh, I still have some to do. I was like putting down the controls. No. There we go. I've looped. I think. Have I looped? Maybe? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's beat this level. Oh. No, I haven't looped. Well, it's basically the same thing over and over again. Okay. That's about as far as I'm gonna get. So yeah. Q*bert. Just a little downgraded, but still fun. This has been Sega Journey. This has been the Othello Multivision. And hope you enjoyed. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace!